Dan, do you think it's possible that there's people listening to this
who are no longer listening?
Watch how delicately I shoehorn our ad into this. Do you think it's possible to be obsessed with Rick and Morty and video games at the same time?
I think if you like. I think Rick and Morty definitely indulges because Rick is like he's a sociopathic, anarchistic, like crazy genius who definitely doesn't want to be told what to do. And yet he's like able to like make robots and clones, and he's able to subvert biology and technology to get whatever he wants done, and all he wants is to be left alone, and puke green shit out of his mouth, and he still drinks out of a flask. So there's like definitely an embrace there of like what is the role of order versus chaos? An exploration you too can now take part in using Cryptozoic's new Rick and Morty games that they've come out with.
There's 3 games, I believe, right?
You tell me.
I think I have it written down right now. I was just told by Dustin to plug this right now. One game is called Total Recall. There's you can play Mr. Meeseek's Box of Fun Dice and Dare's game.
Oh. So I promoted that wrong in the mid-roll recording that I did at one point because I thought there were 2 things, and one of them was called Mr. Meeseek's Fun Box of Dice and Fun Dares game.
You might be right. I'm only reading what's in this text.
Wait, Dustin's saying there's 2.
It's 2. You're right.
Okay, all right.
There was order in the chaos.
There was order in that chaos. So, Jeff, are you saying that this company that I think is called Cryptozoic.com?
I think yes.
Are you saying that if you go to their site Cryptozoic.com/Harmontown? That there's something that would make you special in some way, that you could partake in the purchase of either this Total Recall game where you play cards and fight alien
I just
parasites?
feel like there might be obsessive people out there who are wondering what their next tattoo and what the thing they should steal next would be, and maybe it's a video game.
These aren't video games. These are more tabletop-y kind of games.
Are the card games?
Yeah. So they're easier to steal, actually.
This says my text says this. Reminder, at some point we have to do an ad for these Rick and Morty video games. All we have to do is acknowledge they exist and do a bit where we say the names of them, which are Total Recall and Mr. Meeseek's Box of Fun Dice and Dare's Game. And then you text it back, got it.
It says video games?
Video games. That's his. Dustin said sorry. They're not video games.
No, they're not video games.
They're tabletop games you can play with is it fun for the whole family?
I believe the Total Recall game is like a card game that takes advantage. Everybody remembers the Parasite episode where the alien parasites are in the house and they can't tell. It's sort of a clip show because they can't tell which of their memories are real and which have been implanted there by...
That's the Mr. Poopy Butthole episode, isn't it?
Yeah. We have the card game in the car.
He has the card game in the car.
You knew that I was full of shit when I said video games.
And then the other thing is it's like a $40 Mr. Meeseek's box that has a functioning button. It's $35 for you, though, if you go to cryptozoic.com/Harmontown and use the promo code Harmontown or something like that.
Also, MeUndies. Okay, so back to you, Joseph.
Yeah, well, so MeUndies. So they're...
Now, wait a minute. Don't bring your integrated marketing into my show. How dare you? Oh, wait, we're part of the same network. Yes, MeUndies.
Yeah, MeUndies.
Oh.
They're very, very silky, smooth, soft.
Twice as soft as cotton.
Yeah.
Dan, have you ever felt... We can be honest. Have you felt MeUndies? Did they get into the realm of the sheer pantyhose fetish for you?
They do it close enough for me without me feeling all the way like I'm cheating.
Cheating on pantyhose?
Cheating on like wearing underwear, like if I just wore, I don't like cheating, like oh wait, I'm not wearing actual underwear. I'm like, I have a secret.
Right.
Which is fine. Again, like don't let my quest for an identity like trample in your rose garden. If you're wearing panties right now and that's like fantastic. Like if I would encourage you to feel better about that. I have a shame problem. I'm saying like MeUndies is like so like. It's twice as soft. Do we really have to do it in MeUndies?
No, we don't.
No, I was.
But well, this one's on the house because honestly,
no, we charge them for this one too.
No, MeUndies are like they're like when you touch them for real. Yeah,
they're
like
really soft.
Twice as soft as cotton is a good
soft
descriptor. It's not hokum, and yeah, when you put them on the dude side of the fence, heteronormatively dude side of the fence. It does feel it's just this side of the Joe Rogan threshold between self-indulgence and transition.
I have only touched the MeUndies samples that I got to my face, and then I was disturbed by how soft they were. Like, that's too soft for underwear.
Your first instinct was to touch them to your face? I like that.
It was in a public place, so it seemed the best way to sort of assess the claims of MeUndies that they were so incredibly soft.
What is it? Can we? Is there a female in the audience that is like sort of open to and sort of a just like a coffee, just coffee? No. No, like I'm trying to figure out how to phrase it. Just like somebody who has an appreciation for like finds value in their life for like the kind of the frilliness of traditional female garments. I don't know how to describe that. Like somebody that's like oh yeah, I like putting on like frilly like
corsets and petticoats,
lacy business like lingerie type stuff or there's what's that? I mean,
no, like undergarments, but like with the full frilly fashion, like kind of.
I guess no. Yeah, thank you for making me clarify because I think it'd be more important to hear from somebody who's making it part of their day-to-day life, like your actual like outerwear, like that you're actually like you're wearing it. Because the question I want to ask is how much of it is for you and how much of it is for other people, and I know that's not a difficult. I know that's a weird question to have to answer, and it's not definitive. But that's why I was just curious about having that.
For yourself, I think.
Is the person saying that willing to just come up and be a character for a second, or
a person?
Okay.
Hello. What's your name?
Hello.
Hello.
Zoe. Hello, Zoe. Welcome Zoe to the stage.
Yeah. Have a seat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you because I know, especially these are times when this is a little bit of a there's a little minefield we could go into here. You could not for me honestly, like you could end up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
It's because people tend to like, oh, she's an ambassador, and that's not how we feel and all this stuff. So I will stress going forward.
Sorry if
you're just an individual. You're not representing anybody in particular.
Yes, sir, that's
We're
right.
hearing from one person. So like, what? Yeah, how answer you heard what I was talking about?
So like. I don't know. For me, like a big thing is definitely like personal comfortability. And I know like everybody dresses, I think mostly for themselves. I think mostly when people get ready in the morning, they dress for themselves and they dress for how they want to feel about themselves. Contrary to the popular belief that everybody kind of dresses for how they want to be perceived. I think some people do, but a lot of people dress for like how they want to feel.
Yeah, I'm never sure what I'm doing or where you draw that line. I mean, we're like chimpanzees, so we're like, what are we doing when we're like clothing ourselves? I don't really know. Like I open my closet and I go, okay, so there are thoughts that go through my head where I'm like, that have to do with other people, that have to do with other people's perceptions.
Right. No, I don't know. Personally, like I definitely got to a time where I was like, because I like to dress for other people to a certain extent, and then I got to a time where I was like, fuck it. You know, like, I'm gonna dress for me.
Are we talking about undergarments in particular?
Yeah, in particular. So, like...
So are you wearing something exotic underneath right now?
Not on top. I, like, made the choice. I was like, how much of my boobs do I want to show today? So I wore, like, a regular bra, like a normal person. But I have gotten kind of into a thing of, like, I don't know, bralettes have gotten super popular. I know most of the girls... Bralettes? They're like bras with no support. And they're just... I know most of the ladies here know them. They're mostly, like, lace or like a really really thin material, and they've gotten freakishly popular.
I'm an advocate already.
Yeah, no. They're great. They're mostly like they're mostly sheer lace, and they're so incredibly comfortable. You don't have to deal with like the underwire, the clasps of regular bras.
So they're not giving you the whole lift and separate action. They're just there to kind of what? Just to feel good and
like keep the nipples in line.
Keep that, just kind of, yeah.
Let me ask you, so
order in the chaos.
So to what extent, like, so this isn't an easy question either. Like bras in general, like we were all born past the time of like, well, not we weren't all born. If you're out there like this, like, there was this bra burning. There was like bras specifically, like we were just focused on for a moment in our history. It's like in feminism, it's like, what the fuck am I wearing these for? The idea was like, aren't these just making my tits look better for whom? And like fuck you. And that, but then from that gets boring. It's like, well, wait a minute. Like I when I'm jogging, I don't want, you know, like I don't really know anything about that stuff. I've never actually asked these questions. So what you said that you're talking about the underwire?
Yeah,
and
so like bras have like a metal wire underneath them. Like we know how. Yeah. Yes. Bras
yeah, but I'm saying because you said these bralettes. The difference is like one of the differences is lack of support, and the word support kind of like for me needs to be clarified because support could either mean comfort for the individual or cosmetic support.
Yeah, so like support so your boobs look perkier is essentially because boobs just aren't.
But bralettes have
naturally...
less of that.
Yeah, so they're mostly like elastic or like lace, or there's no like.
But it's just keeping you from being super nipply underneath whatever else you're wearing.
Right,
yeah,
so it's like underwear, like kind of like for your boobs, like as you would expect.
Yes.
Okay. And it's all just about the perspective of comfort.
Yeah, and they're all, a lot of them are like super lacy and like you're supposed to kind of show them off, so you'll wear something that's like more see-through or strappier, like.
All right.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about, if I can be indelicate, let's talk about down like below the waist. Like do you wear like fancy things like garters, stockings? Like,
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
No, like garters, thigh highs, stockings. I grew up with like pantyhose or tights that you wear all the way to your waist, which are fucking weird. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of them. I definitely like thigh highs and like garters more, which are less acceptable.
Are you so into, like you'd probably wear that?
What? Oh, because did I make the sound like? I did like a cousin of the sound because I'm not actually. I was like, better than nothing.
4 days of Thanksgiving, which that was disturbing, by the way. Now, are you so into Zoe? Right?
Yes. Sir.
Are you so into wearing like stockings and thigh highs and garter belts and things like that you would wear them under jeans, or only when you're wearing like a dress or something like that?
Dresses and skirts mostly, just because they're like hard to maneuver under jeans.
Yeah.
So yeah, like dresses and skirts mostly.
Gotcha. But when you're wearing that, that's more visible. That's partly for you and partly for the public.
See, that's where it kind of gets sketchy because I like to wear them for me. Like I'm more comfortable. Like I like them. I think they're fun. I feel more comfortable in them, and I don't like to wear them if I know they're gonna show.
See, right now I'm only wearing underwear made completely of squirrels. Easy, Joseph.
No.
Easy, Joseph.
So wait. He's reacting to your squirrel underwear like a squirrel would react to
my nuts.
To a Just another reason to get a subscription to the streaming service. Zoe, I know this again not an easy question to answer, and again Zoe is not up here representing anybody, so like she's she's going to answer personally. When as far as outward. And for those audio only, Zoe's not. She's unmistakably feminine. She's wearing jeans and a sweater, and she's like this question could. We have no idea. We have a neutral, I think, person. Like when you're getting dressed in the morning, like are you like do you have any idea? Like how first of all, the first question is how much is it for other people? How much is it for you? And then the second question is how much of those other people are men if you're heterosexual or then we need a different term, like how many of those other people are
people that I want to fuck.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. She said people that I want to fuck. So, yeah, whatever the word for that is. Because I'm 43, so I'm like, potential suitors? I don't know. I don't know what the term would be.
Many different callers.
I'm like Jane Austen. But yeah. So you got so answer that in any order, in any manner, and feel free to have your answer be a mess and just you individually.
Will probably be a mess. Okay, so like for me, I will go to sleep by myself at night and I will wear lingerie just because I like it. It's 98% for me, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, like, I got to a point, sorry, babe. My boyfriend isn't particularly into all the, like, lacy frilly stuff, so it's definitely all for me. Like, it got to a point where I was like, all right, fuck you, I'll buy it for myself.
Is this something you would do by yourself, though? Like, if you weren't actively dating, you would wear lingerie to bed?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And it's partially aesthetic, right? It's not just the comfort. It's just like I like the design.
I like the way that I look.
the way
it's fun. It's comfortable. Like, depending on what you buy or what you wear. But, like, yeah.
Cool. I feel I can't tell if this in like 1993 this was like a fun cute thing for a guy to say, but now I don't know if it's just one of those pig-headed perpetuation things to say. But I feel like if I were a woman, a big part of like what I wore to bed would be like how I looked. But I don't know now that makes me feel like I would. But yeah, but that's I don't know where that gets filed anymore. I'm like I feel like I would wear like Garfield like t-shirts, but I would like pick them. I would want them to fit right, so that I would like, so that I'd look like
this is the
Joe
Garfield
Beth Williams
t-shirt
and Poltergeist. Like I'd want to look like Joe Beth Williams and Poltergeist. That's what I was. And I think I feel like I'd like roll around on the bed a little bit and then like you know. And then go to bed. And it wouldn't have to do with like sexuality, but it would have to do with aesthetics.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
that would add to my comfort or something.
I mean, it definitely depends, right? Like, not every night I'm gonna like throw on a corset and, and some thigh highs. I'm mostly gonna be in something that's more comfortable.
Nothing's like sleeping in a corset.
Yeah, it's the best, especially if you're going for those like full bone corsets. It's very comfortable.
You wear the actual straight up whalebone, like
I don't. No, but I definitely have friends that have like done the full like bone corsets that are gonna break your ribs if you.
Yeah.
But my head gets flushed with all of these crazy like questions because the other thing also is like it's not a straight gender dichotomy either, even if there was one there, because then part of the swirling irony of the gender dichotomy would be, that there's like an indoctrination of the whole visual thing, and it's like the big thing would be like, okay, if you were a dude that was ripped, if I was Vin Diesel, like do I then wear a dude equivalent of a Garfield shirt like that goes to mid thigh? Like what does he wear to bed? And is it all for comfort, or is it all, does he go like, I like the way I look, and it helps me dream better, you know?
I mean, what do you wear to bed? Like,
I try to sleep as little as possible because I worry that someone will take control of my life while I'm off guard. Depending on who I'm with, I may have pants around my ankles with a laptop on my lap.
That's so funny. I'm reading Augustus by John Williams, and it's about Caesar Augustus Octavius, and he said the same thing. Like he didn't sleep that much because he didn't like the idea that like he was wasting that part of his life. Like other people are going to be doing stuff while I'm like.
I try as hard as I can not to sleep, and I get away with it. Like I sleep very little. Spencer? But underwear, and like sometimes naked, but it's naughty. Like I feel like if I fuck these underwear, and then I'm like I'm naked, and like I'm a little baby in the sheets, like I'm a little naked baby.
Spencer, are you a naked sleeper, lingerie sleeper? What do you?
I'm a lingerie sleeper.
Do you care for the frilly garments on a lady, or do you care about that?
No, I don't care about anything.
Spencer's in a bad place, I think.
Well, he's in the worst place because we can't see him when he's at a table. Since we stopped playing D&D, what's the point of him having a table? By the way, why doesn't he just sit up here like
I can flip it if I get mad enough.
All right.
He seemed a little sleepy and like I don't want to say anything that has a value judgment on it.
Yeah.
It's like you were sleepy. You said you were sleepy in the green room.
Oh, I said it.
He's gonna flip this table. We have to put more interesting things on the table so when you flip it, there's like a debris field.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those nights. There's nights where I forget about Spencer, and that's why he doesn't get to say a lot in the show. And then there's tonight. I was like, I think Spencer needs some space emotionally, like because I feel like they're.
Well, mostly it's just like I don't have anything to contribute. Like for instance, I don't care about pantyhose and I don't care about lingerie. So what am I gonna?
Where do you come in on coconuts?
I mean, exactly. They're the most mundane thing on the planet. I'd never thought twice about a coconut.
They could fucking kill you, bro.
Yeah.
They could look up coconut deaths right here in Hollywood.
Do you know that more people die of coconut deaths than ISIS? Than ISIS.
Yeah.
And 58% of all ISIS deaths are coconut related.
Yeah.
That's what they don't want you to know at Big Coconut.
All right, Zoe, but okay. So sometimes you you will sleep in something that is not necessarily designed for functional comfort, but there's a blurring of the line where it's like, I look good and that makes me feel good, and that like I want to wear that to bed, and it's not even like self-sexual. It's not like you're like masturbating like because you're like, oh, I look so good in this lingerie, I'm going to masturbate and then fall asleep. It's just like I feel comfortable because I feel feminine. And so that right there answers like a big part of my question, which is like because if you were in the morning, then if you were picking your outfit and you were to wear something that had an alluring like vibe to it, a tactile vibe, or like it could very well be then like it's obviously if you could do it in bed for yourself and have it be detached completely from other people's perception, then clearly like there's no question that like sometimes you just want to feel like a certain way, and that I don't know, we're monkeys, so we don't know, we can't detach ourselves from other people's
well, Zoe,
perception.
like you're more maybe like a little more closer to how I am. Like I like dressing up. I like the feeling of putting a suit on. I like the action of tying a tie. Like I also with lingerie. A lot of the fun's got to be fastening a garter, like to a stocking, right?
Right.
Like that's just like that feels right.
I mean, honestly, in the mornings, like I will like shower, put my undergarments on, and then take my hour to get ready before I get dressed. Like it's something where it's like it's fun for me to dress up, even if it's underneath what I'm wearing, and like I know what I'm wearing throughout the day, even if other people don't. Like it's really not about them.
Right.
You know I love picking up stuff from the dry cleaners, just walking out with a bunch of new shit ready to rock, like, and then you see it and it's in the closet and there's a bag on it, and you take it out of the bag and like I want to put this fucking suit on.
Have you ever stolen someone else's suit?
If I found anybody my size, I fucking would. I mean, I used to steal clothes a long time ago, but that was back when I was just a shoplifter and I didn't have any style at all. Like I didn't even know what my style would have been. But so I don't think I'm a thief anymore. But let's just say I went into somebody's like if I woke up like remember Alibaba Bunny when Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck tunnel up into like Aladdin's like treasure
They
cave.
took a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like for me, it wouldn't be gold and the piles of jewels. It would just be like a bunch of Vivienne Westwood suits everywhere. And then I would steal everything. I have dreams. I obsess. Like my general dream at night is a mild anxiety dream about what am I going to pack, what clothes do I have, like what am I bringing?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like I'm a little late for the plane or the train or the tour bus or whatever, and it's like, oh no, I don't have the tie clips. Where the fuck are the tie clips? So like it's a mild anxiety dream that permeates like almost like half of my dream state, and it's all sartorial. It's all this clothing shit.
So do you guys? So Zoe, let's draw a line between Zoe/Jeff and me/Spencer, who I lay in bed in whatever I was wearing when I fell into bed. And when Spencer texts me, it means I'm 5 minutes late for work, and I have 5 minutes to get ready, so I can only be 15 minutes late for work. And like that, and I almost like create scenarios where I can't. I taking a shower and caring about what I wear is off the table. I wonder like.
Oh no! For me, it's obsession. Like I set 5 alarms, so I've got all that time to get that. I
wonder if I'm doing that because. Well, here's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if the difference between people who take pleasure in caring about their clothes and people who don't is a matter of experience. Like it's like, well, if you tried it, you'd love it. If you could just like in the 80s movies, it's like the bookish girl's got her glasses on and she's never tried looking like Molly Ringwald, but if she just, and then, you're so insecure. And that's why it's like that became for us, I think, moving forward from there was like, well, that's a symbol of oppression. Like the idea that we want to be pretty and that like we just crave, but now it's 2016 and it's like, okay, open pool table and fucking Donald Trump's running for president, so let's all just figure out who we are. And in light of that, is clothes people like if I got a taste of what it felt like to care about clothes, would I get slowly sucked in?
No, it's not part of your essence. It's not really.
I don't think so either.
It never has been. It never would be.
I've gotten married. I cared about clothes a lot that day, and I suffered through every minute of it. You know, it's like it's always going to be for me. It's like going to church or something. Like okay, and then I got to put this on, and I can look in the mirror at the end of the day and go, oh yeah, I guess I can see how people would prefer that. But it's like, and that's also why it took 3 hours instead of 20 minutes. Right. And I kind of.
I don't know, like for me, like at the end of the day, like I said before, it's just kind of like fuck them. Like it's what's up to you. I definitely don't think that like I don't know. It's like you like putting on suits for you.
Yeah.
Right? You like how you look in suits.
This feels like pajamas to me. And pajamas are like little suits. They got little lapels. Pajamas got pockets. What am I going to put in that pocket?
Do you have
I got pajamas with a suit breast
fit a
pocket.
squirrel in there.
Like I'm not gonna put anything in there. I'm not putting business cards in my pajamas.
That's why I feel. See, I love pajamas. I went through a phase when I was working in community. I had a little bit of a nervous breakdown, and I started just coming to work in my pajamas. I think I was just trying to get fired because I was just like, well, if you guys are telling me to stop caring about the show, I'll just come in my pajamas, and that'll look like I'm relaxed while I'm fucking trying to edit the show right. And so I was just like wearing pajamas. And they're like, you wearing pajamas? I'm like, yeah, I'm a pajampian. Like I coined the phrase. I coined it, and I got fired.
just for that play on words.
I think also because I was insane. But like it's like the idea of comfort. Like if it was like if it was like, oh, these are silk, or like if everyone just wore pajamas. I don't know. I could see there's a Venn diagram where all of us are like going like, oh yeah, that's great. I love those Vivienne Westwood pajamas because when you go like this, they don't rip, and they also feel good when you're sleeping, but they look good across a room.
I was like, I like when I was in London doing some shows. There was a Vivienne Westwood store, and thank God there was like a sale going on because it's really expensive, and there was these great tall, like rail thin gay guys that work there, and they're just like wearing outfits I could never wear because they're way too flashy, but they look awesome in it. And like going in there and trying stuff on, and like that, that's me being the what a girl wants, like that's my montage.
What a squirrel wants.
What a squirrel wants. God damn it!
Oh no.
Am I gonna fuck Joseph Scrimshaw tonight? Do you still have the costume?
Oh yeah, actually.
Oh shit, it's on. I'm gonna put a suit on. It's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I got this awesome suit that I love, and I came out of the thing, and I was like, oh, now we have to find a tie for it. And they're giving me these really flashy ties. That's not my thing. And I was the only guy in the store, and it's all these these great London like sales clerks in a sexy store in Savile Row, and they're showing me these really flashy ties. And so I pick out the one I liked, and the guy's like, I go, what do you think about this? He goes, it's okay if you are in 5th grade. He's like this French guy. I was like, hey man, we can't all dress like you. Yeah. But I have to keep it a little more square than that. To me, then you leave with a big ass bag and you feel like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. It's good.
Right. I had a breakthrough with a guy at I think it was literally it was in New York, and I had to do some kind of show, and it was and I had to run out to one of those, Saks Fifth Avenue, or
you had a buyer, like a shopper, like a personal shopper.
Yeah,
right?
or there was a guy that it was a guy that worked at the place, and it was and he was getting frustrated with me because it's what do you want, this and that. And
Dan, real quick, he got what I would love to have is somebody that takes you out and is a personal shopper. And you go out and they pull stuff for you and you try stuff on. They take you from store to store.
Oh, you're thinking of a different thing though. That was a disaster. Yeah. Oh. No, there was an emergency where it was I needed I wanted to get a jacket or something for a thing. And I remember the guy getting frustrated because it's he worked in clothing, and there was this barrier there where it was I need a new jacket and I want to look good, but he. It's same thing when I go to a haircut place. It's well, I'm not in the business of talking or thinking about my hair, but I'm here for a haircut. So what are we going to do about this? And so there's frustration on both sides, and then there's a syndrome there of you feel as a consumer, if you don't care about your hair or clothes, you feel feel bullied, you feel snobified, like you're like, oh, this person like knows more about hair and clothes and they're judging me. But I think it's just like they just want to know, so I just blurted to the guy at one point. I said, look, I want clothes that no matter where I went in time and space, people would ignore me. They would not be able to tell if I was rich or poor or clean or dirty or from the past or from the future or high status or low status. They would leave me alone. And he was like, oh. And he took me over to a fucking gray jacket. And I was like,
you mean Yves Saint Laurent?
Yeah. He was like, oh, you want to be a fucking generic time traveler?
That's great.
Yeah.
I would love a clothing store that was just called "What Are We Gonna Do About This?" That totally embraced, like, I know I want to do something different, but I just, like, you can just come in weeping and like, it's okay, we'll help.
Or just a place where, like, you know, like, there's like wine, clothes, hair. There's got to be like 5 other things in this category where it's like every once in a while you run into a person that somehow strikes upon a vibe with you where you don't feel intimidated. And in that moment, you learn 1,000 things. Like I've eaten in a restaurant where I was like, I just had the fucking balls or whatever, stupidity or highness to go like, look, I don't know anything about wine. Can you tell me what the fuck this is all about? And I've done that before and had the person go like, tell you all about it. And all right, knock it off. I'll take the hash browns. Fuck off. But then like, but there are those moments where you intersect with somebody who's like, oh, you want me to teach you about wine from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah. Treat me like a person that wandered off a rocket ship and doesn't know what a glass is and go from there. And sometimes you'll sometimes you'll get a hairstylist like that. And sometimes you'll get a person that's like helping you find a shirt like that. And then, and you kind of like, I don't know if you like I walk away from those experiences going like, oh my God, humanity has a chance, because I still don't care about jackets, but I no longer, there's this whole world where I thought it had everything to do with like, you're either smart or stupid or you're hurting someone or a victim, and it's actually just people who care about jackets and people who don't. And I met a person today who was in the right mood, and we talked, like we made a friendship, and I got a jacket.
I have knowledge, and I'll share some with you. It's not a judgment whether you have it or I don't. It's just here's
so there
some knowledge.
Should be I think there would be a huge market for like, well, you know, look how big those that series of books, Blank for Dummies. It's like it's like take that principle and just go. Like, and that, like, this is a clothes store where, what are we going to do about this? I guess I just took 10 minutes to repeat what your pitch was. Yeah. Like you, like place where you felt comfortable walking in and going, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Come on. Help.
So
help me.
When you were a little girl, like, did you always like know what you wanted to wear? What you were going to wear to school or out?
Yeah, I was a little bit out of it growing up. So I had like my phases, but every phase I knew exactly what I wanted to wear and like how I wanted to look and how I felt comfortable. Actually, on the drive up here today, I'm from Orange. We had a conversation about my hair because
your hair's badass, by the way.
Thank you. Thanks. We had a conversation because
I want to nestle inside of your hair.
You know what? After I'll give you the opportunity.
All right.
We'll be good.
Joseph and I are going to get into like a squirrel.
It is like a nest. It is. It's like a nest. So we'll take that time. But about how I went through like a large period of time where I was like just red hair, and I was like fire engine bright red hair, and I was like, this is me, and I like attached myself to that, and that was like what I was just most comfortable with, and like how, like I knew that was me, and that was like a mistake. And I had another 2 years where I still had the bright red hair, but I also had a mohawk, and nice. So it was like, but I was like, this is fucking me. Like
Do you have any idea why? What signal you got that made you go on the red kick?
No. I do know that one day...
Dan just heard redhead, and now he's going on this.
No, what I heard was like a common cry of somebody who's just like, I have a history of like, I would just pick random shit as I was growing up, and I would go like, well, I gotta have something.
I straight up had like a mohawk, and like you guys see, I have real curly hair, And so I just buzzed the sides of my head and just had like a weird ass curly mohawk for 2 years. And it happened because my friend one day was like, I'd like to shave my head. And I was like, that's a good idea. I went home and I was like, hey mom, break out the clippers. And she was like, all right, let's do it. And so I showed
How tall was the mohawk?
I mean, it grew. Like my hair was about this.
Like at its height, like how high was the mohawk off your head?
Well, it got to a point where I couldn't wear it like straight up anymore because I wasn't like gelling it up. I was just letting it do whatever. So I would braid it back.
I got you.
So it'd just be like one braid down the center of my head.
Dig it.
Which, yeah, very, very odd. It never got like super high. And when it got, I had bangs too. So it was like a pompadour above the mohawk. Yeah, whatever you're thinking, that's what it looked like. It was awful.
So then this all leads inexorably to like, did you have an epiphany at any point of like, I don't know, were you pursuing things the wrong way when you were going from this to this to this to this? Like Don Cheadle in Boogie Nights, he's like, I'm a cowboy, I'm a robot, I'm a this, and he had to find his look. Or did you, or are we seeing you in another phase, or did you have like a Zion that you came home to?
I don't know. Like I really don't, because I think I definitely, like, my motto through high school is like, when I'm 80, I just want to look back and be like, yeah, I did that shit. And
like every single thing. Would you like to see would you like to see yourself change? Because a lot of people
like when
look
I
at
die,
themselves.
I want a montage of just all my bad hair choices at my funeral.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Because that's the thing that happens to all of us anyway, and like it's better to embrace that. Like,
Yeah.
too many people from my generation are like, oh, these embarrassing like. Oh, the things, this was in back then, I look like the Ramones and all this stuff, and it's like, well, yeah, but you didn't know. I mean, like, and also, like, what is your hair? It doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, so it's
Right.
good as, like, you're just like, I want those coffee mugs from every gift shop that is, like, every 3 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I definitely, like, right now, it's just kind of, like, doing my thing. This is what's appropriate. I'm, like, a new adult, so I'm going into, like, this is what will get me okay in life without me, like, getting in trouble for my bosses. And I'm sure I've been kind of talking about reverting back to like the bright hair. So I have a bottle of pink dye in my bathroom right now.
When you make a change, do you know, is there a signal? Does it come from inside or does it come from outside? Do you see something like a billboard or something and go like?
Yeah, most of the time I'm like scrolling through Instagram and I'm like, that's pretty cool. And I'll just like that's how the pink bottle of dye ended up in my closet, as I saw like a black afro or a black girl with a pink afro. And I was like, oh, that's mine. That's mine next. So that's.
So this dude right now is you kind of walking the line of being respectable but still a little funky.
Yeah, like it was, my hair's dark naturally, and so it was dark. I bleached my hair to put in the pink dye, and then I was like, nah, I dig it. Let's keep it for a while. So like it really, there's never an opportunity for there's never a point where I change and it's like really planned. It's just kind of like whatever.
To make it
happening.
pink, you have to get it way more light than that.
Yeah.
So you just gotta bleach the hell out of it then.
Yeah, it's gonna be a process.
Do you feel like it affects what you do? Like if you went pink and it was a little bit more shocking, do you feel like I would maybe do some things with pink hair that I didn't when I was not pink hair?
I mean, I think maybe with some, I'm just kind of fucking crazy. So like I'll do whatever anyways.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think it
Would
really.
you talk to Hitler about pink hair?
Yeah, you know what? I might be like, dude, if you embraced yourself a little bit more, maybe dyed your hair pink. every once in a while.
Just the
You might-
mustache.
you
Just the
might-
mustache.
That's a good choice. You might be a little happier.
What would Hitler have done differently with a pink mustache?
Like everybody. I mean, people probably would have laughed at him a little bit more.
Oh, you don't want
so,
that.
Yeah.
All right, don't you guys thank you for bringing that up. We're going to wrap up the show. I'd like to wrap it up with this thought. Because people keep comparing Donald Trump to Hitler, and then other people keep going, he's nothing like Hitler. Don't do that. I just would like to say, as a closing thought, I think the idea of comparing a politician to Hitler is to get a fucking jump on it as early as possible. I see no fucking punishment for doing it prematurely. I think that's a good gun to jump. I don't think Hitler, he wasn't like during the primaries going, let's kill 500,000 Jews. He didn't like ramp it up. He fucking got elected and then the shitstorm started because it was, I don't know what that weird speech,
The Shiza started.
He thrust his fist against the speech impediment, and then he each his dick. Look. Fascism is an opportunistic infection in a country that's been destabilized economically and culturally. Like the clowns that rise up that get everybody's angry attention. They typically have funny hair and silly mannerisms. They're rodeo clowns. It's good to yes. He's Hitler. He is exactly Hitler. He's precisely Hitler.
Cliffhanger. Let's hear it for Zoe, everybody. Thank you so much for coming up. Awesome.
Cliffhanger.
Joseph Scrimshaw.
Thank you.
What a pleasure. Thank you
Listen
so much.
to his Feral Audio podcast, Obsessed.
Spencer Crittenden. I'm Jeff Davis. Your mayor is Dan Harmon. Go check out those non-video games, Rick and Morty, whatever the hell they are.
Come back next week. The world will still be here.
Oh, also, Nick Seatman for writing that awesome song about the Radiohead Nightblade song. That was absolutely magnificent. All right, everybody, drive fast, take chances. We love you.